Okay, so in our microbiology, we have to know carbohydrate, lipids, and protein, the metabolisms of these. So we'll go over carbohydrate first. Basically, carbohydrate enters your bloodstream, and then of course it goes into glycolysis. Of course, first you use 2 ATPs for the phosphorylation of glucose. So basically, carbohydrate goes into glucose, and then glucose is phosphorylated into glucose 6-phosphate. That is then either going to glycogen or going to pyruvate through 2 processes. Going to glycogen would be a allosterically controlled by a high amount of ATPs, NADHs, and hormonally is turned on by the hormone insulin. And that pathway is called glycogenesis. Okay, and the other thing that glucose 6-phosphate could turn into is pyruvate, and that is through the process of, I think it's glycolysis or the PDC. I will write it down in the descriptions of this video what it actually is, but basically it's also turned on by of course actually it's turned on by a high level of ADP, AMP, because they are the energetically low molecules. So when there's a lot of ADPs, your body can just know that, oh, okay, so we need more energy, we need to generate ATPs instead of having all these ADPs hanging around. So after that, pyruvate goes into acetyl-CoA, and then acetyl-CoA goes into the Krebs cycle, and PDC, Krebs, all these are happening in the mitochondria, which is the energy powerhouse in eukaryotic cells. So all this is great when your body has carbohydrates. What if you're fasting? What happens to your body then? Well, when you're fasting, your body makes a lot of the hormone glucagon, which then tells your body, okay, so we're running out of carbohydrate, we need to make more glucose in order to supply the brain. And the brain, of course, uses 80% of these glucose. So yeah, your brain needs glucose to function. What happens is gluconeogenesis, and this happens with the lipid metabolism that's already happened in your body. So all these proteins, lipids, and carbohydrate metabolism is happening all the time in your body. Right now as we're speaking, my body is doing all these metabolism. So gluconeogenesis, you would have triglyceride turning into fatty acid. That's called lipolysis. Apologies. And then that fatty acid turns into acetyl-CoA. Acetyl-CoA, as we've covered before, goes into the Krebs cycle, which then produces a lot of ATPs. So basically, when the condition is not when it's aerobic conditions, you would have 8 ATPs from glucose 6-phosphate going to pyruvate, and from the PDC process, I think you would have 6 ATPs, and then in the Krebs cycle, that's the most process, you would have 24 ATPs. So altogether, from glycolysis to PDC to Krebs cycle, the TCA cycle, you would have, so 8 plus 6 plus 24, that would be Okay, somebody help me out here. 38! Yay! Great, wonderful. Yours truly cannot do math tonight. So, anyhow. So gluconeogenesis, you need to turn fatty acid into acetyl-CoA. Acetyl-CoA can produce more stuff. Or actually acetyl-CoA. Well, no. You get fatty acid, right? Because the other one you can do is the amino acid, which then turns to oxaloacetate. Oxaloacetate turns into PEP. That's the pre-form of pyruvate. And then the PEP can get into glucose and go and supply your brains. But that's not really the thing we want to do. We don't want to turn proteins into amino acid to make glucose. That's not a good thing for your body. So you want to be eating carbohydrates. Yeah. Oh, right. And of course, so if your body really does not have glucose, they make these ketone bodies instead, which happens under 3 conditions. It's made in the liver. 3 conditions are diabetes mellitus, which is diabetes type 1. I'll cover more in the other video. And in the starving state. And what's the 3rd condition? At which point you have to make ketone bodies. Oh, and the low carb diets. Okay, we'll cover more.